Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Monster Genes monster review video. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the monster Swamzoad. This mythic monster is pretty new and you can obtain it right now through a breeding combination. So I want to give a huge thanks shout out to Sammy for letting me use his account in order to review this monster for you guys. So as you guys can see, Swamzoad's quest, you can actually obtain it by combining Cryotin and Taiga. So you'll have some chances of getting this mythic monster. But once again, huge thanks to Sammy for allowing me to use this account to review this for you guys. But yeah, we got Swamzoad level 100. I'm going to show you guys the best skills, the best runes, the best relics. And we're also going to be taking a look at the stats and comparing it to the other corrupted monsters. I'm going to test this monster in battle as well, showcase it for you guys. So I hope you guys are excited. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So you have about 8,118 strength. That's actually a pretty good amount of power to have. And then you have 91,686. That's also really good. Speed 6,369. What is up with this monster's stats? It's too good. His speed is actually what's it called? It is tied with the Boys monster. You guys know the YouTuber The Boys? Yeah. His speed is basically tied with that, and also Stungum's speed. So one of the fastest monsters in the game. I think this is a denier. Yep, it is. All right, let's go on and take a look at the skills. So you have a mud recovery, which is a double healing. It applies double healing and life regen to itself. Okay. It's a 42 stamina cost with 2-turn cooldown. You also have a heal skill. It's a 50% life heal skill. This is going to cost you 36 stamina with 1-turn cooldown. Moss and Ice deals moderate water damage to one enemy, applies freeze to one enemy. This is actually pretty good against cooldown activations. If in case the enemy hits you with cooldown activation, you can go ahead and use this, but you do need 30 stamina in order to hit them with that and deny them. Then you have Mutated Toad. It's a moderate earth damage to one enemy, applies quicksand to one enemy. This one also requires 0 cooldown, so you're good against CDA, but it will cost you 30 stamina. And apparently it also applies quicksand for 4 turns, unless the enemy cleanses it. So those are the 4 skills in here, right, that are available. But let's see, let's check the ones that he went with. Sammy did. Let's see, Cold Breeze. It's a moderate water damage to all enemies, applies freeze twice to all enemies. So the reason why it says freeze twice to all enemies, it's because in case that the first one misses, the second one will land. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good skill. You also have Dirty Quagmire. Okay, it's a moderate earth damage to all enemies, applies quicksand to all enemies, heals itself by 20%. So it's another AoE skill that deals some damage, quicksand, which is a nice torture, and then it heals itself by 20%. You also have Frozen Swamp, which is a heavy water damage to one enemy, applies Mega Freeze and quicksand to one enemy. Quicksand Mega Freeze. Oh, that's really good. Single target. I like that. Then you have Frog's Jump, which is a moderate earth damage to one enemy, applies quicksand to one enemy, and life regen to itself. Life regen will last for 3 turns, quicksand will last for 4 turns. And not gonna lie, I'm gonna go with what he has here, honestly. Here's the thing, if you want to go with Mutated Toad over Frog's Jump, you can, but the reason for that is because maybe if you like a 0-turn cooldown, they're pretty similar. It's just that this one applies a life regen. It literally does the same exact thing, but this one applies life regen, and looks like the power is slightly higher, but the accuracy is low with Frog's Jump. So it's really up to you, whichever one you want to go with over those two. But these other ones, it really depends. If you want to run some like a rainbow setup, you can't go with a rainbow setup if you're gonna, for example, go with the heal skill here with the mud recovery. But here's the thing, this monster is not a tank. Okay, it can be used as a tank, sort of, right? But it's not like he can apply like taunt to himself or mega taunt to itself. So that kind of sucks. But other than that, I just wish he had like a cleanse skill. If he had a cleanse skill in the beginning, that would have been really nice. But hey, if you could get it to rank 1, you can just go ahead and give this monster either Soul Drag or Dispelling Fist. Dispelling Fist will actually work very well. But if you want to run this monster as a tank, you know what? You can actually give a Soul Drag, because here's the thing, this monster has an SN as one of the slots. Having SN is really, really good. You could either go with Ural's SN or Flamar's SN, whichever one you have, give those. It works really good. Now for the trap, you can go with Rotten Trap if you'd like to do that. Go on and do so. Nebulance Trap also works. And I think Mantis Claws, I don't think, oh yeah, you do have Mantis Claws. You can go with Mantis Claws as well. But since his Nebulance Trap is the one that's leveled up the highest, I'm going to go with that. Okay, but those 3 are the options I could give you that you could go with. for relic wise, okay? But anyways, his ultimate, it's called Iced Earthquake. So it removes positive status effects from all enemies, applies Mega Freeze and Quicksand to all enemies. So you're basically Mega Freezing them, and also you're applying Quicksand. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good ultimate, I gotta say. But anyways, trait-wise, you have Immune to Torture at the beginning. That's a really good trait to have. Rank 1 gives immunity to freeze. Okay, that could come in handy. Rank 3, Status Caster Area Quicksand. I like it. Alright guys, for the runes, I recommend giving it full speed if you're gonna go with the 4 skills that I have here. And even if you're gonna go with something like Sludge Bath, you can still go with full speed because this is just a self-support skill. But Mud Recovery, that's really up to you. It's optional if you want to go with that. But don't make it too confusing for yourself. So just go with something similar to what I have right here. So just go with full speed here. Try to make this monster as fast as possible. But pair it up with a monster that could take in the first turn and cleanse the positive status effects. Like if the enemy is running Megatons, well, guess what? I have my 150 here. It's going to be a 100 in battle because I want to make it fair since this monster is at 100. So it'll all be 100. And Spectre's going to take in the first turn with Pierce, right? I could just use my AoE Falling Fire and the Dispelling Fist will kick in and remove positive status effects so that this monster could deny. So make sure to do something like that. But if you're going to run him just like that with an attacker and a tank, then I recommend giving him a Dispelling Fist, okay? So do that. But anyways, let's go ahead and fight here. Alright, and looks like to do second and first turn. So I could remove positive status effects here and trade disable, right? I could remove the Pierce and trade disable, but the Kurai is going to take in the next turn. And even then, Kurai will, you know, get rid of this monster. Because remember, I have Banishing Touch here. It could have been UA as well. UA would have worked too. But Banishing Touch, look. Or I could go with my AoE trade disable, but the Pierce will still be there. You know what I mean? So Spectre will still end up doing what she wants to do. Take a look at this. It's monster's turn. I just hit you with Yashu. Megaton's off. Either way. Either way, Megaton's off. So bye-bye. Shelly's gonna come back. Now the do, I can go ahead and AoE trade disable them. No problem. Look at that. AoE trade disabled, right? I can still hit them with Falling Fire. And look. Megaton's off. Everything else is off, right? I could have went with a different skill too, but that's fine. I could go ahead and, for example, apply Quicksand and heal myself since I need some healing. I could do that. So why not? And then the Quicksand and Burning, 2 tortures there, added up, eliminated both of them, as you guys just saw. And so this should be an easy one now. There we go. But the freeze wouldn't have worked out on the dude because he has immune to freeze, of course. But either way, it ended up working out. Alright guys, I do want to mention some recommended allies that you could go with would be Jakunahai. Jakunahai could take in the first turn, removing positive status effects if the enemy has Megatons, and then this monster can go on and deny. That works out. You can also go ahead and pair it up with Frozzy. For those of you that have Frozzy, you know, the exclusive Legends Pass monster, you can go ahead and cleanse in the beginning, and this monster can go ahead and deny as well. But some monsters that you need to watch out from would be Klimbird due to his immune to control, and of course the element advantage there. Not just that, but also Cruel. Cruel can ignore his freeze, right? The freeze that he applies and the tortures. And also element advantage once again. So you gotta watch it from that. And there are so many other monsters such as ZHC, such as let me think about it. Basically monsters that could also trait disable because this monster has a really good trait, I've gotta say. You know, having that immune to torture, any monster that could trait disable like Wormhole or Tabora or Tidu, it's gonna leave this monster vulnerable, okay? But anyways, let me go ahead and just try. No, actually, here's the thing. I'm gonna try to apply that burning, right? This monster has immune to torture, which is really nice. So look, if I try applying that burning, he has immune to torture. So that's really nice. Having immune to torture is actually pretty darn good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with this, get rid of you, just like that. Bye-bye, Shelly. Alright, and then the Dew monster is next. Okay, so the Dew takes in the second turn right after. I could now trade disable if I wanted to, or I could go with a damage boost, right? But here's what I'll do. I'll actually do a single target trade disable. Alright, now say Burning landed there. Burning didn't land on that one because it means a torture, but I will be doing something else later on. Again, 1 second. Let me see here. Apply vulnerable and positive status effects. Sure, let's just do that for fun. Alright, because I want to let this monster damage me. Alright, so we could go with, take a look at this. I could use my AoE skill and this will 100% land. It will land. The chance of it landing will be 100% because remember, it freezes twice. So the first one doesn't land, the second one will land. You see how it froze? The freeze didn't land first time on Shelly. It said that it missed. The second one, it actually landed. So that's really good. And the other monster didn't get frozen because of music control, which makes sense. Common sense. All right. So before I actually do that, let me go ahead and give in some damage boost there. So once again, even like Burning Hand, it won't work out because I have immune to torture, and that's why I am running Burning Hands on Ferrari Koch there. Let me go ahead and short and swift. Let's go ahead and do that. Get an extra turn. So this monster takes in the second turn right after. Unfortunately, he actually hits pretty heavily, so Swamzoad will die. But remember, keep in mind, if Swamzoad dies, it's okay. You see how burning was blocked there? So even if he survived, it's okay. Burning, it wouldn't have landed because it means torture. The monster will come back because you can hold a what's it called? An SN. So here I can go ahead and freeze this monster again if I wanted to. Or I could go with my quicksand here and also deal some damage. Actually, let me go with Mega Freeze, so you're Mega Frozen now. But normally this enemy, the enemy would actually end up winning in this case. So see, Burning blocked again, which is really nice, but Karai will die, of course. Oh, Karai, oh, I was about to say, I thought Karai didn't die there. I was like, what? How does that make any sense? But yeah, if you want to give Soul Drag, that's also cool. It really depends how you pair it up. If you have a monster that could take in the first turn before Swamzoad and basically cleanses the Megataunt, and this monster could take in the second turn after and, you know, go ahead and deny them, that's a really good idea. You can do that like I showcased on the first battle with Spectra. You can do that, right? But you can also just go ahead and run the Spilling Fist on him. You can take in the first turn, right, with full speed and basically use any of his skills, and the Spilling Fist will kick in and basically cleanse that for you. And then it could be your attacker or your tank next, whatever. But you guys see this monster in action, and let me know in the comments down below what you actually think about him. I don't think he'll be meta in my point of view, but I want to hear your opinion, guys. We'll just have to see later on. But yeah, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for today's monsters video. Hope you guys enjoy. If you did, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.